Welcome back to BT Willa's Garage. Today we're going to be working on this 2020 4Runner Venture Series. What we're going to be doing is installing a remote start kit. Now many of you may be thinking that I'm doing this for the second time on the same model, and that's not the case. The 2020 kit is actually unique in the sense that it addresses the push button start that has different wiring than the 2019 priors. So today we're going to learn about this new glove box cord that we need to connect and dive in for you 2020 owners. Hope you guys enjoy. There is a discount code for this product. If you use code BTWG, you get 10% off. So check that out, and let's go ahead and get started. So here's the contents of the kit itself. You have some instructions that came in this plastic bag, little thank you card. Here's your wiring harness, as well as your hood pin if you want the remote start not to work with the hood open. I typically bypass this, but we need to be sure any mechanics that are working on our vehicle are aware that if someone pushes that key while they're under the hood, you know, they have a problem. So just be aware of that and feel free to install. But this is pretty straightforward, guys. What we're gonna do is take the dash apart slightly. We're gonna piggyback these wires into the existing system, and then we're gonna program it. So that's the overall layout of the job. Next, you're going to want to push your push button start so that it starts the truck just in accessory mode, not the motor itself. That way you can move your steering wheel left and right fairly easily. Now there's two screws that you can see. One's here and one's to the right. I'll get you a close-up shot of those, but let's pop those out. Now that we have those screws out, we're able to release the bottom of the steering column here. So you're just going to kind of pinch in and pull down, and there's some clips that will release. And what you can do, you may actually have to move your steering column all the way up. You can carefully take out that bottom piece as well as the top piece, but I don't think we're going to need to. Next, what we're going to do is pull our dash away right here, and that's going to allow us access. Some people like to take this all the way apart. I don't find it necessary. What we're going to do is come in and just remove these two plugs. They only fit back one way, so you can't mess it up. And if you can fit a piece of tape right here, just like that, it'll hold that piece back enough for us to work without having to take those bottom bolts out. So as we're looking at the steering wheel, what I want you to do is go underneath and go past these wires to this little metal box. And this is our 7-pin connector here. So this is where we're gonna, piggyback into the wire using this portion of the kit. Okay, so pretty much that goes here, like so. And then our existing wire plugs in right here. Hope you could see that. Next, we want to replace this connector here in the middle. So if you look, there's two connectors at the bottom and an empty space at the top. We're going to push this little pin in and pull on the outsides of the clip to get it out, and we're going to piggyback the harness there. I'm going to do that with two hands, not to jerk any wires out, but this is going to be replaced with this, and we're going to go into jump and piggyback in right there. Just as a quick recap, so far we've tapped in here, and we've also tapped in here, and we've got our original connectors, like I said, plugged into the system that we unplugged. Next, we want to come under to the kick panel. Now this was as simple as just pulling back. So just pull back there and drop the kick panel down, and we're actually going to send the wire through underneath the dash to the other side. So we're going to remove the kick panel on the other side as well. Here we are on the passenger side, and this one hasn't been removed. It may look like it, but there it is in full place. So you just want to carefully pull back, and those clips will come out. All right, that's what it looks like coming out. Just be aware right here, you have to get past this piece of metal here. So just be careful and snake it around. All right, so I went on the other side and I started pushing this wire here through, and we made it. So this is the one that you want to push through behind that kick panel to the other side. I made it without needing this, but there's a little grabber you can get. I'll put a link to if you feel like you need one of these in the garage. It also has a magnet, pretty neat. Next, what we want to do is remove the heating system knobs. So you just pull back with a little bit of force. Just like that, one knob off. Alright, next we're going to take off the panel in the dash, and then there's a 10mm right here that you want to take off as well. Next we want to remove this piece here and remove this final 10mm located right there. We just removed the one below it. After you remove that screw, it should be easy to pull down on the bottom panel. And here is our last remaining screw that we want to take out to get behind the glove box, 10mm. Next, we want to remove the 3 screw covers here. You can just take a screwdriver and pop these down and out. So for those, you want to get your screwdriver or actually your trim tool in at an angle like this, and then twist, and they'll pop right out. Now that we have all the bolts out of the glove box, it should just pull right away from the dash. And now we have access to the left side where we need to piggyback one last time into the system. All right, so our last clip is a little tricky to get to, but it's this dark gray. Matter of fact, if you have your trim tool, the release is on the inside. So if you can carefully get behind those wires, just like that. And that's where you're going to plug your new system back in. Push until you hear it click real good. And then we're going to piggyback the old system, as mentioned, right here. I know that that's a tough angle to see, but that completes the wiring of the kit. Now we're just going to get everything buttoned back up. I won't bore you with seeing that, and then we'll program the system. Alright, so now that we have the truck programmed, we're going to try it out for the first time. Just be aware, make sure you have the right version of the kit and that your programming worked. Here's a good way to test it. 1, 2, 3. There's the remote start. Hope you guys enjoy. We'll see you soon.